Now come to the next. Identify the wrong statement. 4 parathyroid glands are present in the each lobe of thyroid gland. No, wrong. One, right, as we know that at the posterior surface of the thyroid gland, each lobe consists of one, right? It's not about the 4, these are the 4 parathyroid glands are present, but in each lobe, no, right? Secretion of PTH is regulated by circulating level of the calcium level. Okay, parath hormone, which is also known as the collapse hormone, it is regulated by the circulating level of the calcium ions. Exactly, right? If the calcium ions is regularized and in proper amount, then there is no necessary for the secretion of the PTH, right? So PTH helps to maintain the blood calcium level, right? It inhibits the bone demineralization. No, it stimulates the bone demineralization, so PTH can increase the blood calcium level. It increases the blood calcium level, right? So the answer is the both A and C. Answer is both A and C, right? Clear? Which hormone produces the anti-inflammatory reactions and suppresses the immune system? We already studied that is a function of the cortisol, right, which is also known as the hydrocortisone. Actually, it is also known as the stress hormone, right? It is also known as the stress hormone, and it is also responsible for the excessive obesity in case of the hypothyroidism, right? Stress, you can see in some conditions, some persons which are in stress, which comes in stress, and at that time they eat more and more than the normal amount, right? So that is the action of actually cortisol. It is also known as the stress hormone, right? It is released in the at the condition of the stress hormone, and it also suppresses the immune responses, right? So simply, it produces the inflammation, it produces the anti-inflammatory reactions, right? And so answer is the cortisol. Adrenaline is the 3F hormone according to NCERT. 2F, it is also known as the emergency hormone, right? Also known as the epinephrine or the emergency hormone, right? Aldosterone, salt retaining hormone, which is secreted by the zona glomerulosa, right? And it is a type of mineralocorticoid. Cortisol is hydrocortisone, right? Cortisol is hydrocortisone, and it is secreted by the zona fasciculata of the adrenal cortex region, right? Now come to the next one. Identify the correct statement. Aldosterone regulates the water and electrolyte balance in our body. Exactly, that's why they are called the mineralocorticoids, right? Also known as the salt retaining hormone. It absorbs the sodium and eliminates the potassium, and when it absorbs the sodium, then water automatically absorbs here, right? Glucocorticoids inhibits the gluconeogenesis, lipolysis and proteolysis. No, that is wrong. It regulates the, it actually increases the gluconeogenesis, right? Then cortisol stimulates the RBC production, correct, right? Cortisol is involved in maintaining cardiovascular system and the kidney functions. Yes. So the answer is 134. Correct answer, that is Bombay. Right? Come to the next question. Which peptide hormone acts on the hepatocytes and adipocytes, thereby enhancing the cellular glucose uptake, resulting in the hypoglycemia, right? Hypoglycemia, that is decreased level of glucose in blood, and that is the function of the insulin, right, which acts upon the hepatocytes. Actually, carbohydrate metabolism is maintained by the liver. There are some processes, that is the glycogenolysis, gluconeogenesis, right? Glycogenolysis, gluconeogenesis, and glyconeogenesis, right? All these functions are performed by the liver cells, that is the hepatocytes. And what will happen, because adipocytes, they also acts upon the adipocytes, because it converts extra amount of the glucose into the glycogen and stored in liver and the muscles, right? So the answer is 24th answer is Bombay. Clear? Prolonged dash leads to dash associated with loss of glucose through urine. Okay. And formation of ketone bodies. If there is formation of ketone bodies, that means there is a degradation of the muscular fat, right? So what will happen here? And loss of glucose in urine. Loss of glucose in urine is in case of the glucosuria, or we will called it hyperglycemia, right? So, right, hyperglycemic condition, that is answer is Bombay. Hypercalcemia, increased level of calcium, it's not related with that, right? Hypothyroidism, it is not related with that. Clear? Directly not related with that, right? And hyperglycemia, that is increased level of the glucose, leads to the filtering of loss of glucose through the urine and formation of the ketone bodies, and the condition is called the diabetes mellitus, that is DM. Clear? Select the incorrect statement about the male sex hormones, that is androgens. Plays stimulatory role in spermatogenesis. Correct. Acts on the CNS and influence the libido. Correct. It produces the catabolic effect on protein, and no, there is no effect of androgen on the catabolism or effect on the protein and the carbohydrate metabolism, right? So in that question, that word is libido. What is that libido? That is the sexual desire, right? That libido means the sexual desire. Clear? So that androgen is related with both of them, but not related with that. Clear? Come to the next, that is 27th. Choose the incorrect statement, right? Choose the incorrect statement. You have to take care of these words actually, right? See them very carefully. It is if the question is in form of the correct or incorrect, or the only, not, correct except, incorrect except, right? So choose the incorrect statement about the ANF, that is atrial natriuretic factor, and that natriuretic factor helps to stop the absorption of the sodium and water, right? Clear? So it is a peptide, is it right? Exactly, it is a peptide. It causes the constriction of blood vessel. No, it is the responsible for the vasodilation, not the vasoconstriction. So that is wrong. Decreases the blood pressure. Correct. So the answer is the Bombay. Answer is the Bombay. That is incorrect statement about the ANF is it causes the constriction of the blood vessels. Now come to the next one. The biological clock, right, pineal gland in higher vertebrates is regulated by, it is regulated by the pituitary gland. No. Cerebral cortex, not exactly, right, but the most appropriate or the correct answer, instead of that cerebral cortex, that is the suprachiasmatic nucleus in the hypothalamus, right? That biological clock is regulated by that, none other than that in in that particular question, right? So suprachiasmatic nucleus in the hypothalamus is responsible for the regulation of the function of the biological clock, like the menstrual cycle, the sleep awakening cycle, all these things, right? Come to the next. Withdrawal of which one of the following hormone is immediate cause of the menstruation, right? We know that to maintain what is the function, that is, we know that FSH releasing hormone, right? That FSH releasing hormone, FSH acts upon the ovarian follicles and stimulates them for maturation, right? Progesterone and estrogen. Progesterone and estrogen, both of them helps in the proliferation and proliferation is related with both of them, but when we talk about only the maintaining of the thickness, maintaining of the thickness, right? So that is related with only the progesterone. Clear? FSH is related with the FSH is related with the maturation of the ovarian follicle, but withdrawal of which one of the following hormone is the immediate cause of the menstruation, right? So FSH, as it maintains, right? So both of these hormones are not related with, because the option question is related with the withdrawal of the progesterone. When the progesterone level decreases suddenly, then the maintenance of the endometrium is not possible, right? So in both of them, the most appropriate answer is the progesterone, right? Estrogen is not directly related with that. The withdrawal of the progesterone hormone, immediate cause of the menstruation. So the answer is B. Come to the next one. The average number of islet of Langerhans in pancreas is 1 to 2 million. It's just value based question and directly learn it. What is that islet of Langerhans? That islet of Langerhans is a group of cells, right? It is group of cells which are present in the pancreas. Clear? Mainly there are 4 cells: alpha cells, beta cells, delta cells, and F cell, also known as the PP cell, right? F cell, also known as the PP cells. So that alpha cell secretes the glucagon, beta cell secretes the insulin, delta cell secretes the somatostatin, and F cell or PP cell secretes the pancreatic polypeptide hormone, right? Now come to the 31st question, that is, which one of the following hormone is released in excess quantity during the excitement, right? When we talk about the excitement, then just in case of the name of the hormone is just which strike in our mind, that is the adrenaline, right? cortisone is not related with the excitement or all these things. Serotonin is also not related with the, but emergency hormone is adrenaline, which is related with the excitement, right? So the answer is C. It is called the 3F hormone also. That is, it is related with the fear, fight and flight, right? It is related with the fear, fight and flight. Now come to the next question, that is Cone syndrome. 32. Cone syndrome is characterized by, now what is that Cone syndrome? That Cone syndrome is also known as the aldosteronism, right? It is also known as the aldosteronism. That Cone syndrome is also known as the aldosteronism. What is that aldosteronism? That is in that syndrome, hyper secretion of the aldosterone occurs, right? Hyper secretion of the aldosterone, and when we say that the hyper secretion of aldosterone is there, right? Now what will happen? Aldosterone, which is related with the absorption of the sodium and the water, right? If it is hyper secreted, then what will happen? The BP is increased abnormally. Muscular weakness, because it absorbs the sodium and eliminates the potassium. So for the muscles, potassium is necessary. So muscular weakness is also there, hypertension is also there, retention of sodium is also there. So answer is the D, right? Clear? Now come to the next, that is 33 question number. Life-saving hormone is secreted by which gland? Life-saving hormone is secreted by the adrenal gland, right? Specifically by the adrenal medulla, right? That life-saving hormone is known as the adrenaline. Adrenaline is known as the life-saving hormone. Clear? Or which is also known as the epinephrine. Clear? Norepinephrine, that is noradrenaline, is secreted from the adrenal medulla, right? And all these we already discussed it. These are the reasons of the adrenal cortex, right? These all are the reasons of the adrenal cortex. So answer is D. According to one of the theories of aging, the decline and disappearance of the thymus gland, this is the exact line of NCERT, and many times that question asked in the previous year's examinations, right? So which gland by the late middle age is the primary cause of aging? That is, answer is the thymus gland. Why? Thymus gland is thymus gland is degenerated or after attaining the puberty, right? Gradually degeneration of thymus is there after attaining the puberty, and as the age increases, our immune system and all these things gets weak, and it also depends upon the external factors and our disciplined life also. If our life is disciplined, then our immune system will be strong, right? If not, then it harms our body. But due to the degradation of the thymus, right, little bit effect is seen is there even after the regulation of the life, disciplined life also, right? So the answer is 35, thymus gland. See, that thymus gland produce the thymosin hormone, right? That thymus gland is produce the thymosin hormone. That thymosin hormone helps in the maturation of the lymphocytes, right? T lymphocyte. It helps in the formation of the T lymphocytes, or we can say it helps in the maturation of the T lymphocytes, right? Clear? So that is the thymus gland. When we talk about more thymus gland, right, it is composed of the two identical lobes, right? Thymus is endodermal in origin, right? Second, it secretes the thymosin hormone, and that thymosin hormone is secreted by the reticuloendothelial cells, right? That thymosin hormone is secreted by the reticuloendothelial cells, right? Now its location is specifically asked in the question paper, right? It lies in front of the heart and behind the sternum, that is the breastbone, right? So this is all about the thymus gland. Clear? It is very essential part. It makes our immune system strong, right? That thymus gland makes our immune system strong. Clear? Or we can say it is the specialized organ of the our immune system. Clear? Primary lymphoid organ, that is bone marrow and thymus. One more thing, that thymus is also known as the primary lymphoid organ. Clear? Now come to the next question. Come to the pineal gland. When we talk about that pineal gland is also known as the epiphysis. According to a scientist Rene Descartes, it is also a seat of soul, right? Pineal gland is a seat of soul, right? Which is that pineal gland is also known as the third eye. That pineal gland is also known as the third eye, right? Endodermal in origin. Sorry, it's ectodermal in origin. Right, it is ectodermal in origin. Its position is, it's situated on the roof of the diencephalon, right? Located on the roof of diencephalon of brain, right? Located on the roof of the diencephalon of the brain, right? And according to these conditions, these are it originates from the dorsal part of the diencephalon. It originates from the dorsal part of the diencephalon and situated on the roof of the diencephalon. It secretes 3 hormones. First one is the melatonin, which is responsible for the circadian rhythm actually, and that is the derivative of tryptophan amino acid, right? Derivative of tryptophan amino acid. Second is the serotonin, which acts as a vasoconstrictor, and third one is the adrenoglomerulotropin, right? Now come to the 37th. In pregnant female having prolonged labor pains okay, having prolonged labor pains, if childbirth has turned, that is to aid parturition, it is advisable to administer a hormone that can. Okay, what actually in that question what will happen, see here, sometimes the pregnant female after a prolonged labor pain, she is not able to give the birth to a child, right? So what will we do, right? If the female gets unconscious, that it will harmful for the child and the female also. So what we do, that we administered a hormone, right, like the oxytocin, right, which acts upon the smooth muscles, the myometrium of the uterus, and causes the contraction and causes the pains, right? So it activates, the answer is the, that can activate the smooth muscles. There is no significance of metabolic rate increases, no and no, right? So it activates the smooth muscles. Clear? Come to the next question, that is 38. Which one of the following statement about sex hormone is correct? Testosterone is produced by the Leydig cells exactly under the influence of the luteinizing hormone. Exactly, in males it is called the ICSH, that is interstitial cell stimulating hormone, right? So that statement is correct. Progesterone is secreted by the corpus luteum and soften the ligaments during the childbirth. It is secreted by the corpus luteum as well with the ovary also, right? That is corpus luteum, but it not soften the ligament. Relaxin softens the ligaments during the childbirth. So that statement is wrong. Estrogen is secreted by both Sertoli cells and corpus luteum. No, it is secreted by the corpus luteum only, right? It's not secreted by the Sertoli cells here, right? Progesterone produced by the corpus luteum is biological different from one. No, both are same nature. So the correct answer is the A. Progesterone is what? Progesterone is an enzyme for digesting proteins. No, it is a steroidal hormone actually, right? And a hormone to initiate the uterine contraction during childbirth. No, that is the oxytocin. Oxytocin is responsible for the initiation of the uterine contraction during the childbirth. An amino acid which cause the alkaptonuria. No, a hormone concerned with the retention and the growth of the pregnancy. Exactly, the progesterone is the hormone which is concerned with the retention and the growth of the pregnancy. So answer is D. Come to the next, that is 40. All the hormones are proteins, peptides and amino acid derivatives except these are the, all these hormones, they are the proteins, peptides and amino acid derivatives, the except the hormones of ovary, because they are the steroidal hormones, that is estrogen and the progesterone, right? So answer is A. Come to the next question. Which hormone is secreted at the time of the parturition? The relaxin hormone is secreted at the time of the parturition to soften the cervix and to relax the pelvic ligaments to form the birth canal, right? Clear? These hormones are secreted all the time now, but only at the time of parturition relaxin is secreted, which relaxes the ligaments. The next is the cholesterol is necessary for the synthesis of, what? Estradiol, right? Because vitamin C, vitamin B and insulin. Insulin is the polypeptide hormone. Estradiol is the steroidal hormone and cholesterol is necessary for the formation of the steroidal hormones like the estradiol, the progesterone, the estrogen, the testosterone, right? Come to the next question. The first hormone to be discovered was the secretin. The first hormone which was discovered, that is the secretin, right? During the pregnancy, which one of the following is secreted through urine of the mother, that is HCG? Right, it is the confirmatory diagnostic test. It is the confirmatory diagnostic test of the pregnancy. Clear? Gorilla-like man with large head and hands and protruding jaws is produced due to, actually it is talking about the acromegaly, right? It is talking about the acromegaly, and that acromegaly is due to the hyper secretion of growth hormone in adults, right? Hypersecretion of growth hormone in adults. Clear? So what will happen, and in acromegaly, due to the abnormal abnormal secretion of the growth hormone in adults, gorilla like appearance is there, large head and hands like there, right? That is protruding jaws is there, which condition is known as the prognathous condition, right? That prognatha, that is jaw, chin is just like protruding chin, right? So it is due to the thyroxine is not related with that over secretion of the, exactly, so answer is Bombay, right? Actually it is the disorder related with the growth hormone, right? First one is the pituitary dwarfism, right? That pituitary dwarfism is due to the hyposecretion of growth hormone in child, right? Same as that, when we talk about the Simon's disease, that pituitary dwarfism is also known as the Midget's Bona, small, right? That is also due to the hyposecretion of the growth hormone, but in adults, right? Third is the gigantism. That is the hypersecretion of growth hormone before the closing of epiphyseal plates, right, in child. So it causes the gigantism. Khali is the example of the gigantism, right? What is that epiphyseal plate? That is the end of the long bone is called the epiphysis, right? And in between that particular portion of the bone, right, if the spongy, that portion is also known as the spongy bone. So these epiphyseal plates get, if they get fused, then growth hormone will not able to work on it, right? That's why before the closing of the epiphyseal plate. And the last one is the acromegaly. That is due to the hypersecretion of growth hormone in adults after the closing of epiphyseal plate. When it acts upon after the closing of the epiphyseal plate, then it is called the acromegaly. If before the closing of epiphyseal plate, then it is called the gigantism. Clear? So these diseases are related with the growth hormone, right? So in that manner, the whole chapter of chemical coordination and integration is completed, right? Thank you.